What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Game On Improve Your Health podcast. Today's episode journey is being guided by none other than your host, Austin J, or hallucinodream, if you know from the gaming community. And today's topic is Nutrition Series Part 3 on fats, the good, the bad, and the why. Thank you for tuning in and listening, and enjoy this episode. Blah, 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 blah. What's up, everybody? Austin J here, or hallucinodream. Today we're going to talk about fats. I said we were going to talk about this the past couple episodes, and I'm excited to talk about this. This is something that people think, or I guess not, well, let's rephrase that. This is something that has in the past been controversial a lot more than it is now, that fats are the root cause of high cholesterol and heart disease and a variety of other issues, and this is being determined to not 100% be the case. Seems to be quite a bit of noise in our community today, so I apologize if you hear that in the background. But we're going to jump right into it and talk about the fats. Now, what fats are, in lots of different, so the meats have fats in them, nuts are high in fats, peanut butter, high in fats. Contrary to old beliefs, fats are not as bad for you as they once were said to be, especially because fat is what fuels your brain. And your brain is incredibly important, right? Without your brain, not sure you can survive. Don't quote me on that. I don't know the science behind that. I'm not a scientist or a biologist yet, but fat fuels the brain. Fat also helps with different hormone regulations. Fat's needed to carry around different molecules around your body. There's a lot of benefits to fats. And there are some bad fats. There's lots of different versions of fats. I'm sure people have heard of them. Saturated, unsaturated, polyunsaturated, monounsaturated. Then there's trans fat. Lots of different fats, and that's what becomes overwhelming for most people. Where there are fats you need to avoid. Everybody knows that trans fat is something that you need to avoid, and that is, I believe, that has been banned here in the U.S. as well, up to a certain amount. I think it's incredibly low, but it's also, I think, if I remember correctly, I read an article somewhere that it's not even fully how do you say, like, moderated, basically, where they're able to put more trans fat in than what they write on the labels, unfortunately. So this is why it's easier to stick with non-processed food, which helps fuel your body and fuel your brain. Now, we're going to get into the different fats, since I kicked off the conversation talking about, of course, if you've watched my past episodes, you've probably met my cat, Lily. It sounds like she is over there throwing up. It's great. The microphone, being as sensitive as it is on my camera, probably has just picked that up. I apologize. Anyways, great. I can't wait to go clean that up. So there's unsaturated fats, which are like the good fats. The monounsaturated, polyunsaturated. They help to lower disease risk, such as heart disease, cardiovascular disease, and they're found in vegetable oils. Specifically extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil. These are the oils, coconut oil. Those are the oils that I would use because they I'm going to make an episode on that, but they are basically the safest. They have less chance of oxidizing in your blood, which causes clots. The oxidation, which is when oxygen molecules attach themselves and they become sticky and form clumps, basically, and that's where the clogs come from. I believe, if I stated that correctly, that is exactly how that works. If I am wrong, please somebody correct me. I am okay with being wrong, especially since I I haven't even recited that in a while, but that is the good fats, unsaturated fats. I wonder if the cat threw up. Sorry. Then there's the bad fats, which they increase disease risk, right? The same diseases that I said, clogged arteries, and then of course there's still being research done on it, but cholesterol, raising cholesterol, which is trans fats. Um, and trans fats, you basically just want to avoid those at all costs. They are overly processed and wreak havoc in your body, cause inflammation, you name it. Trans fat is, if it's bad, it's trans fat. It's contributing to it. Then there is the saturated fats, right? They're not as harmful as trans fats. They're, you know, mediocre here or there. They should be consumed kind of in moderation. They have some benefits, but in high amounts could cause some damage, just like anything else, though. So keep that in mind, that the saturated fats are kind of like anything else. You eat too much of something, it's probably going to harm you, even if it's good for you. It's kind of like how vitamin C is. Causes a deficiency. If you drink or eat too much vitamin C, it stops, it kind of negates the absorption of another vitamin. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what it is, but yeah, because I've been learning about all the vitamins that you take too many of or too much of, and it'll negate other vitamins. So there's a lot. I mean, there are a lot to learn, but now that I got sidetracked. So those are the three types of fats. Now, oh, sorry about my hair. Getting a haircut today, I think. Now, the fat is not what is. If when people talk about eating fats, they're talking about fats to help fuel your body, help fuel your any sort of chemical reaction that may be going on inside your body on a cellular level that utilizes the fat to carry it out, or again, it's incredibly important for your. I completely just lost my train of thought. Wow, it's incredibly it's crucial for your brain. I mean, your brain utilizes fat as for energy. That's what it does. Your brain is, I think, something of the sort of 90% fat. I mean, that's what the brain is. Now there's those omega fatty acids. I don't know if I have referenced those before, but there's omega-3 and then omega-6. Omega-3, so us humans consume a lot of omega-6. The ratio, I should have pulled this up. The ratio needs to be something of like 20 to 1 or something. 20 to 1 omega-6 to omega-3. 20 to 5. That sounds a little high too. Anyways, it's the average American consumes, it's like a 6,000 to 1 ratio. I mean, it's just astronomically outrageous. So the omega-3 fatty acids needs to be reduced a little bit. The omega-6 fatty acids, which are found in different oils. They're found in different nuts. They're found in different grains. I mean, they're found almost everywhere. So which is why it's so easy to consume those. Omega-6 fatty acids are found in like fatty. I keep saying the wrong number. Omega-3 fatty acids, the ones that really help fuel the brain. They help increase your immune system, help with your vision. They help you just stay healthy in general. Omega-3 fatty acids, the ones that we need more, they're found in salmon, nut seeds, walnuts, flax seeds, and grass-fed meats. Omega-3 is something we need to eat more of. And they are known as what's called essential fatty acids, which means the body can't produce them, which is why they are talked about a lot. I don't know on the top of my head if they are written on the packages, but I do know that I now eat flaxseed on a daily basis. I was eating salmon for a while, but not every day, but I was eating salmon a little more often a couple months ago, but I stopped because I got so busy. But I do eat flax seeds because they're fairly easy. I have a bag of flax seeds sitting in my fridge. Yeah, the bag says refrigerate them, so that's what I do. Ground flax seeds sitting in my refrigerator, and I put them on my oatmeal. I can sprinkle them in almost any dish because they don't really have a flavor or a taste. Um, that way I know I'm getting those nutrients and vitamins and the omega-3 fatty acids from that. That was a recommendation from my blood panel, which I have talked about several times. I'm not even going to reference it in this episode, but if you would like to know about that, you can check the beginning of most past episodes recently, get that information. But that's where I got the idea to eat and the recommendation to eat ground flax seeds daily. Excuse me. So other good healthy foods are avocados with nuts, like I said, extra virgin olive oil, or you can avocado oil or coconut oil. And another thing that I do is I keep avocados right front and center in either I have a little container type, whatever it's called, like a storage rack here on my counter. I either keep them on the top there when they're, getting ready, or when they're basically ready to eat or ready to eat. I put them front and center in my refrigerator. That way, that's the first thing that I can see, so I can add it to meals. I eat avocado toast often, grain-free avocado toast or gluten-free, toast. And put them in a lot of different meals. I try to pick meals that will taste good to top with, or you can even just eat an avocado. And I don't know if anybody has just eaten an avocado. I mean, you can put some salt and pepper, like cut it in half, put some salt and pepper, and just scoop it out with a fork. But it's actually not as bad as it sounds, and it's very satiating. It really fills you up, and it's a really nice, easy snack that you can eat whenever, really. You can get all the benefits and all the extra fats from that avocado basically wherever you are, and I love that. What are some of the benefits? I feel like this episode's all over the place, but I also think it's because my eyes are on fire. I feel great. The past couple of days I've been getting way better sleep. I've been going to sleep earlier than 10 o'clock, than midnight, really. The past couple of days I've been recovering better according to my Whoop, which is my little wristband that you have it backwards because it looks like it keeps burning my hand. Someone could tell me about that. My wrist. But it says I'm recovering better, and sleep is incredibly important. You can go back and listen to our sleep episode. But some of the benefits of eating fats, like besides for what I have said earlier, is that they can reduce cravings. And just like I said about the avocado, very satiating, so it can help reduce cravings, which the cravings might be contributing to people who may be overeating and adding on unwanted weight, right? So eating high-fat foods can help you with that. Good fats. Reduce the risk of diabetes. That might go hand in hand with reducing cravings as well. Excuse me. Because then maybe you won't be eating so many, foods higher in other fats, or foods, high in sugar, or low index or high index, high glycemic index carbohydrates. I went over that as well. I think that was episode 1 of the nutrition series, was carbohydrates. You can go listen to that. But reduce the risk of diabetes, reduce inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids are important for helping reduce inflammation in the body, which can help your heart health, your overall health in general. Inflammation is not something you want to go on in your body, right? Inflammation can cause chronic issues in lots of different places. I think I went over, this piece of hair is just, if you're watching on YouTube, sorry, this piece of hair is just destroying me as I look over at the, anyways. Well, I lost my train of thought now. I made an episode on, or we made an episode here on the podcast on inflammation, I believe. And another benefit is reducing, belly fat or fat in general. And again, that's more or less because when you're eating food in high healthy fats and you become satiated, your desire to eat other foods is going to decrease. This isn't just, it's not a miracle nutrient though. So I have to say, disclaimer, I'm not a dietitian, registered dietitian. I'm not a allied health professional. I'm not a doctor. So everything is just anecdotal and research based. That's everything that goes on in this episode. But why do I keep losing my train of thought? Where is this train going? What was I just saying? Something about they go hand in hand, right? Reducing, maybe some of the weight goes hand in hand because maybe you're not, you're eating high fat, high healthy fat foods. Now you're being satiated, so you're not reaching for. Well, I think I said something about being tired. Being tired will drive hunger. I've said that in several episodes. Being hungry will drive your hunger. And with that, if you're... Did I say being tired will drive your hunger? I think I did. If you're tired, your body's going to start looking for sources of energy places. Where can it find energy the fastest and the quickest? Carbs, right? Sugar. So that's what you're going to reach for. Because you're going to crave it, and that's a good way. Improving your sleep and increasing some healthy fat intake is a good way to help prevent that. So I know this episode, I'm not going to drag it out, it's already been 17 minutes. I know this episode was all over the place, and I do apologize. But there was a lot I wanted to talk about. I didn't really put it in a specific order, and I think it's all very important. So also, even though I am recovering, I still feel a little tired. I think that goes hand in hand with recovering from how much I've been doing lately and everything before that. So not to drag this out too much, but if anybody has any questions and anything they heard this week, next week I will be doing a question and answer and a follow-up. So you can ask me that. It actually looks like there's been I'm not really sure what's going on here. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. I shouldn't have looked at the calendar. Anyways, the first and third week is clearly not exactly what it should be. I'm confused on where the podcast went awry to make it so that the first and third Wednesday are no longer. Anyways, every other week, as it stands right as of this episode, every other week until it fixes itself, is going to be the question and answer. So if you have any questions, I will follow up with that. I'm glad I just wasted a whole minute deciding exactly what's going on here. I could have done that afterwards. And I would love to answer them. All of the links, if you're watching on YouTube, all the links over here on your left on the screen. And they will also be in the description if you're listening on the podcast platform. Everything will be in the description as well. Again, if you're interested in Inside Tracker, go back to one of the past episodes, recent episodes. I go over all the information on there. You can also go to my personal channel. My information's there as well. I can give a 25% off code, which is AustinPro25, AustinPro25. It takes out 25% off of the whole store. That will also be in the description. I can't even stress how important I think blood panels are. I cannot. There's that, and if you like what you hear, hit that subscribe button if you want. Give us a good review on a podcast platform, like us, comment, all that fun stuff. So appreciate you tuning in, and I hope to see everybody next week, which is the first week of next month. Oh, gotta fix that podcast first, and blah 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 blah. Thank you, and hope to see everybody next week.